Oh, this is a great competition. This is a standout competition in, I suppose, world football. And everybody connected with Cambridge United just knows what the possibility can bring. Only 2 years ago that, we encountered the mighty Man United. But along the way, you've got to get through the early rounds, and you've got to find a way of, getting over some strong opposition who's got the same outlook, and hopefully, and we have to make sure that we're absolutely right on Saturday. We're top of our game, and we have to make sure that the home stadium's right behind us, because it's a big afternoon.
You talked about the excitement that this cup brings, obviously, given what could potentially lay ahead in further rounds. You mentioned those Manchester United games. They've still got a few players from that squad in the current squad. Do you think that gives the squad a little bit of a hunger to sort of replicate those experiences that we obviously had 2 years ago?
Well, they'll never forget that, and if they can bring that type of experience into the afternoon on Saturday, just to give us that added extra bite to hopefully get the job done, then it'll be welcomed. But for us, we have to make sure that we produce a performance at home. I was disappointed with the result against Portsmouth. I want to back it up with a win. It happens to be the FA Cup this weekend. We want to play well. We want to make sure that we're right at the top of our game and put Dover to the sword, because they're a real tough side with a manager who understands what this competition's all about. It's only a couple of years ago they played Crystal Palace in round 3, so they know what is round the corner. We understand what potential is round the corner, but I suppose it's horns locked on Saturday afternoon, both teams wanting the same outlook.
Yeah, quite rightly. You point out that the excitement of further rounds can only be achieved as you get past game one, and like you say, a very tough and stern opposition in Dover Athletic, who, by the looks of it, can score quite a few goals, certainly in the conference anyway.
Well, they can, yeah. I watched them a few weeks ago at Bromley. They were very potent on the night. They've got some good goal scorers at their disposal. And they've got a solid group of guys who play a certain type of football that has more often than not brought them success. So we have to make sure that we can understand what that brings, and we've got to make sure that we can take our game to them, and hopefully on the outcome on Saturday night will be us being in round 2, and that's what everybody's intentions are. With
regard to injury news, you've obviously received a boost this week. Mehdi Alita returned to the squad, and he'll be back in contention this weekend.
Yeah, he's been a loss for us, because when we lost him, he was right on top of his game. The game prior to him missing out was Newport away, and he set up both goals, and he was, he looked like he was playing with a lot of confidence. He was playing on the front foot. So to have Mehdi back and available for us it's like a new signing.
Another man back and available is Luke Berry, following his suspension last week.
Yeah, we don't want to lose good players. Too many times this season we've gone into a Saturday afternoon or a Tuesday night with not the full quota of players. I think this is the closest that we've got. I know that Adam McGirt came off, and it'll be a late shout for him whether he can make the squad or not on Saturday. But you want your best players to be available, and with Mehdi back available for this weekend and Luke back after suspension, it gives us a little bit more bite.
You obviously touched upon a response following last Saturday's defeat to Portsmouth. I guess you'll have seen that already on the training field, and it's now important to replicate that in the game plan on Saturday afternoon.
Listen, in terms of a response, I only mentioned that in terms of a result. I thought the performance last week against Portsmouth, against a real tough opposition, we'll play worse than that and win this season. Absolutely sure about that. Yes, we didn't create too many clear-cut opportunities, but I want us not to forget who we're playing up against. A team that's full of quality, a huge football club, and one with their own agenda as well. But for us this week, we want to win. That's the result. That's the. I suppose that's what I'm looking for more than ever this week. It's the FA Cup. I want to get into round 2. I want us to win. I want us to play well. I want us to create more goal-scoring opportunities. I want centre forwards to score. I want us to enjoy it. I want everyone to go away at the end of the game feeling that they got value for money. And that's what we're in football for.